Boom! What's going on, guys? My name's Zach and welcome back to another episode of EVE Online. Today we've got just a basic ratting site for you. I've had loads of questions about how I actually do it, what my setup is and stuff. So basically at the minute I'm using a Tengu and a Ishtar, and I'm running rock havens just for ease of use. I mean, you just literally warp in, sit still, shoot stuff, and happy days. So I'm using Shadow Play as well to record this, so you'll notice on screen it looks a little bit off, but I've got like 2 clients running here. It's just so you can see exactly how I do it, and I was experimenting with some salvages on the Ishtar as well, just to save salvaging later with the Noctis. So you'll probably see a switch here and warp the Ishtar to the Tengu. Looks a little bit funky, so it's basically just screen switching, but you'll see both clients on the screen. So let us know what you think, and I'll catch you towards the ends, and we'll go through all of the fits. So there we go, guys. A rock haven rather, ran very simply in the Tengu and the Ishtar, no problems whatsoever. So we'll just quickly go over the fit. Now this is a little bit of an offshoot from my 1010 fit. That's basically what I brought it up here to do, the 1010. So, but I'd lost my other Ishtar, so I had to start using this to do the sites with me alt Ishtar, if you know what I mean. So I've modified the mids, and but basically it's still a 5 gun, so you don't get that crazy like 1k DPS. But it's still like the T2 hammer launchers using the Scourge Rage heavies, and the rigs we've got a load and bay accelerator at 2 and the CCC. Now that's set up for the 1010. Disillusion sequencer, amp node, cap regen, accelerated ejection bay, and I'm actually using the interdiction nullifier just because it looks nicer than the fuel catalyst, not for any other purpose. I suppose if you got bubbled and stuff, it's pretty good. But I do use this when I'm traveling to the 1010, so you don't get stuck in bubbles and stuff, so that's pretty handy. BCUs and the lows, just T2 ones. So we've got this phase, the weapon navigation array, the target painter, which is good for when you're stuck on a reload with your ham launchers and you need to activate the assisted drones. So that works out pretty good, and it's also good for lighting the frigs up for the drones as well. The micro warp drive 1, you don't really need that really. It's just for like bouncing to get the, like, I don't know if you've seen at the start, I micro warped out a bit just to get range for the Ishtar to warp in. Other than that, it's not really needed. A shield boost amp to go with the medium shield boost at Tech 2, and adaptive invul and a kinetic because we're going against Garistas. Now this is way, like, stupidly over tanked even for that Haven, but that's what the crack is with that. So that's pretty standard, I would think. And moving on to the Ishtar on the alt, we've got a couple of T2 control circuits, some salvages on the top which I was just experimenting with, and if I just switch those off you can see it is actually cap stable as well. So in the mids we've got omnidirectional T2s with the tracking scripts in both of them, a cap recharger, and I do use a large shield booster on this, and it's just because I use this for deads as well. If I get like an A10 or something I'll just bounce this in instead of the Tengu, it's a little bit quicker. And the invul field there, the Garista profile, again, once it's on, it goes pretty high. 4 DDAs. Now, if you're ratting into Ishtar, there's no question about it, you need 4 DDAs. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because you can tank all sites with shields and stuff, so there's really no excuse not to be using 4. And a cap flux coil as well, to go with the cap recharger to keep that stable. And it is stable at a decent amount as well, 40%. So basically, you just warp that in, set drones on assist, and then forget about it. Basically it just tanks, so you haven't really got to worry about it after that. And then I've got MTUs inside, and we use these salvages just to speed up at the end, so the Noctis hasn't got to do much salvaging and stuff, so that's pretty good. And the ticks we did get, if I just load that up a sec, so we get 15.9 on Morlek with a couple of mil corp tax there. Oh, that's wallet. And we've got another 15.9, and there's some other ones I did earlier there, like 15.8. So say 16 mil each toon, like 32 mil a site, and probably around, if I've still got the Noctis there, let's have a look. I don't think it was too great, to be honest. Oh, there we go. So on that particular one, after I salvaged it, it was only 7.9 mil, so 8 mil. So there you go, that's 40 mil a site all in. But I mean, some of the Havens I've had up to 20 mil, like, loot and salvage off it, so that varies. But so that's pretty minimum really what you would make, like 8 mil salvage. So 40 mil minimum I would reckon per Haven. And if you keep spamming the Havens through, you can get ticks of up to 44 mil on, well, for both toons, so 22 mil each, when you keep running them in succession without stopping and stuff. So I think after the third one you're running peak tick, so that's not too bad really, 44 mil a tick. And then plus you've still got all the salvage to go back to. So basically that's how I do it, guys, for those that were wondering. A little bit different to the way I recorded it using the shadow play again, but hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.